Hey guys, once again, welcome to the Monday night MWR Financial Training Call. I am so excited to be on this call. I swear I think I've heard 25 out of 50 states on this call tonight. And if we had more time, we'd wait for the other 30 or so to come. But it's exciting. This is part 2 of what we started last week, folks. If the opportunity is to create real wealth, we have the vehicle to make it happen. Now, my job tonight is not only to take these introductions, but to introduce you to our guest speaker tonight. The mastermind behind the plan is what I always say. This gentleman, he's a do-it-first leader, a man of great vision, forward-thinking leadership is what I love about him. Just from this call tonight gives you some indication of where this guy's head is. The whole idea is for us to create wealth, to make wealth real through MWR Financial. He's assembled some of the best financial minds in this country to be a part of this program to help you and I excel and move our lives forward. We can't lose. He brings 26 years of experience to the financial service industry. He's built 3 multi-million-dollar companies. He is without question a true winner. Not only my friend, but my mentor, my coach, the CEO, co-founder of MWR Financial. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Brian House. Are you with us, sir?
Wow, Gerald, I am with you, and that is a lot to live up to. So, listen, I appreciate all the kind words, and as always, I appreciate you helping out and taking introductions. And guys, listen, I appreciate all of you taking the time to be on here tonight. As Gerald said, this is part 2 of our WealthMAX series that we're going over, talking about our private reserve account tonight. Tonight's going to be a little different, though. Instead of just going over the service and explaining what it does, which we did in our part 1, tonight we're going to be talking about the opportunity that WealthMAX provides along with our private reserve account and our partnership with Cal Choice Financial. And so, guys, this is an exciting call because tonight you're going to learn how MWR Financial has an incredible opportunity all by itself. But our partnership with Cal Choice allows us to be able to provide an opportunity within our opportunity. A lot of people talk about generating multiple streams of income when they get into business, and what's unique about what we have here at MWR Financial is that you can create multiple streams of income through our existing compensation plan. But now we've added this other component, this incredible component with Cal Choice, where if you are a licensed life insurance agent or you would like to become a licensed life insurance agent, you have the ability to submit an application with Cal Choice. You have the ability to participate in being compensated on the private reserve account and the other investment or savings vehicles that Cal Choice provides for our members, and you get to benefit from both compensation plans, their compensation plan as well as our compensation plan. Now, I'm going to tell you some things here real quick, and then I'm going to bring on a guest. Actually, I'm going to bring on 2 guests tonight, but I'm going to tell you a few things that I love about this partnership. One, MWR Financial, you guys all know we're a financial solutions company. Our focus is on helping people with every area of their finances, how to help them increase their cash flows with the use of our services, and then how to accelerate their retirement, how to accelerate their income through our opportunity, as well as our private reserve account through Cal Choice. But everything with our program leads to people being able to save or invest for retirement. That's what the whole program is about. We don't want people getting involved in MWR Financial and doing like the conventional retirement program that's out there now where you work 40, 50 years and then retire at the end of that time period on about a third of what you were barely getting by on. We want to provide people with an opportunity to be able to retire in years instead of decades, and more importantly, on their terms, with the lifestyle that they want. Now, when it comes to the opportunity that we're going to be talking about tonight with Cal Choice, there's something else that's unique, and most of you are already aware of this that are on this line. Some of you may be guests, you may be hearing this for the first time, but our whole plan of action with MWR Financial revolves around helping people eliminate their debts. reducing their tax liability, helping them properly budget their money, helping them raise their credit scores, all of which is designed to help that consumer, that member, create cash flow out of their existing income, create cash flow out of their existing income. And then by sharing the results, sharing our program, our services, our opportunity with other people, they have the ability to be able to create more income on a residual basis. Again, creating more cash flow that can be used for savings or investments. And that's where not only can they earn a residual income through MWR Financial, but they can now put that money to work for them. They can take advantage of compound interest. And I always said, if you ever wanted to be wealthy, there are a few things that you need in order to be able to make that happen. One, you need to be able to create leverage, benefit from multiple people's efforts instead of just your own. In addition to that, whatever you're doing needs to be able to generate residual income, money that comes in month after month for something you did just one time. And then the last piece of the puzzle is you need a vehicle, a way for that money that you're saving or that you're making through the use of our program to start generating compound interest. Okay, if you have those three pieces of the puzzle, if you have all of those things in place, you can create wealth, and you can create it in record time. Now, this isn't rocket science, and so we're not the first people to ever come up with this concept. We're just the first people to ever package it in a way that the average consumer can participate, have these financial experts in their corner, all the support, services, tools, systems, experts that they need, and the opportunity in order to make creating wealth a reality, not hype. And I don't want you to miss, and whenever I talk about or say the word wealth, people automatically think, oh, well, that just sounds too good to be true. Guys, our services are tried, true, and proven. They've been around for decades. It's nothing new. It's just we put a system in place where you can actually make it happen. And so, guys, we're going to get Rob on here in just a second. Before we do that, though, I have a gentleman on here that I want you guys to hear from. Benjamin McCrae is working with MWR Financial. Benjamin has been in the insurance industry and the financial services industry for a long time. He's also been in the network marketing industry, the direct sales industry. He's had a tremendous amount of success. He's somebody that I have a ton of respect for, and he had the opportunity to get involved with this program early on, and he's had the opportunity to be able to meet the owners of CalChoice, to go out and spend some time with them in Arizona. And I just want him to kind of share with you from his perspective what this program means to him, what he sees happening here that has him so excited, and why he's decided to license with CalChoice and partner with MWR Financial to go out and build a phenomenal business. So with that, I'm going to bring on my good friend here, Mr. Benjamin McCrae. Ben, are you on the line, buddy?
I am here. Can you hear me clearly, Brian?
I can hear you great, and I'm sure everybody else can too. So I'm going to turn it over to you, and I'm going to try to make sure that our co-host for tonight is on and able to continue this presentation.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, first and foremost, I truly want to thank you for allowing me to participate in tonight's call. It is truly an honor, and it's truly a privilege. I want to take this opportunity to thank you for your leadership, your vision, and everything that you're doing. As you stated, I've been in this industry for quite some time. I've been an entrepreneur for over 2 decades, and I have been searching for a company that hits all calibers. And MWR Financial has truly passed the standards in terms of a place where those of us who want to plant their flag and find a home to really put forth your efforts and build a true legacy company, I truly feel that I am home. I'm so excited about everything that is taking place right now. Tonight's call, I'm fired up and excited for everyone on the call to really look at the compensation added onto an already incredible compensation. I mean, MWR Financial's compensation plan with the guaranteed income, the daily pay, the check matches, all that alone is incredible. And then we bring incredible value to the marketplace. But one of the things that, Brian, you stated, and everyone speaks this, and I'm a strong advocate of multiple streams of income. And unfortunately, the reality is, multiple streams of income can certainly get people in trouble because you can have multiple streams being in finances, being in travel, being in lotions and potions. You could be all over the place. So one of the things, because I had, real estate, I had travel, I had all types of businesses, medical device sales, but they didn't flow coherent to one another where I had to always change my act. But one thing I love about what you put together here in a partnership with Cal Choice, I call it complementing streams of income, because everything flows together and complements one another, where when we bring individuals to the table in regards to improving their finances, getting out of debt, building up their credit, setting their families up where they're increasing their income, with the combination of Cal Choice and a private reserve account is absolutely a game changer, guys. We are in the right place at the right time. If you look at the marketplace, and I'm going to cut this very short, but if you look at the marketplace, people are out here flying blind. The majority of the population's retirement is set on a 401 chaos, where they were told back in the day there was pensions, go to work, get a good education, work for a good job, and they'll take care of you in your retirement. Over 80% of the population has converted, pensions are gone, and their retirement is based on the stock market, a 401k, where at the time of their retirement, everything could fall apart, and they're really basing it on crossing their fingers, guys. We have a solution to help people with that, where they say the way to become wealthy is to find a need in the marketplace, and if you find a solution to that need and get in front of it, wealth is yours. We have a solution to a serious problem in the marketplace, but unfortunately, many people don't even know they're in a situation that they're in because they're being lied to. Our job is to educate them on that. So needless to say, when this was brought to the table, I already was looking at it, but when Brian brought this component to MWR Financial, I was elated. I was excited because it's just the perfect combination. It brings everything together. So me and my partner, Calvin, we have, a general agency, and when we was looking at this, we was conflicted. I went out to Arizona. I met the corporate team. I met with Rob Hodges, the brain, I call him, because this gentleman, he has so much knowledge and information. When I hear him on the calls, when you hear him in the next few moments, you're going to hear so much information, but you got to see him in his element around the leadership, around corporate office. Andre, the owner, is down to earth, and he really wants to disrupt this marketplace. So we brought our agency over here with Cal Choice, along with MWR Financial, because it simply makes sense. This company is looking to disrupt the industry, which is pushed upon by greed. The compensation you're about to see is absolutely amazing, where you don't have to grind for the rest of your life, because most of us on this call, and I'm going to end it at this, want to work hard and then stop working hard and live off of the retirement, the residual passive flow of income. And now we have a true business model that's going to allow us to do that. So just for the sake of time, I'm going to turn it over to you, Brian. Hopefully Rob was able to get in, or I might have to get off so he can call in on this bridge. I'm not sure. But Rob is about to show you a compensation plan, guys, that we tried to dissect. We tried to poke holes in it. And I will tell you guys, those of you who are agents or have been considering to become an agent, with what we have now, it might be something you want to truly take a look at. So, Brian, thanks again. I'll turn the call over to you, sir.
Hey, buddy, thank you so much. And, Ben, before you go, I do have a question for you. Listen, with your experience in the industry, there was obviously a reason why you decide to bring your agency over here and the other people that work with you to get them to partner with MWR Financial and CalChoice. But you and I have talked quite a bit, and I think we both kind of share the same sentiment here. But for anybody that's in the life insurance arena, there's something really unique here. And I think for us, it's the ability for them to be able to create clients instead of constantly fighting or competing for that 22% of the population that has expendable or savable income. With our program, they're now able to go after that 78% that's living paycheck to paycheck and put them into a position to where they can actually start saving or investing for retirement. Do you feel the same way, buddy?
Man, I'm so glad you gave me the opportunity to say that. I wanted to, but I didn't know what my time was like. That's one of the things I love about this because it's organic. As you stated, the business model we had to purchase leads, which is very costly. We made money, but you had to buy those leads. You had to find that that market to sell a product to. But with this, as you stated, with MWR, the majority of the population out there, they need to improve their finances. They want to put their families in a position where they're financially solid and on a strong foundation. So as you're building the MWR financial model, guys, you can truly serve your clients and create an organic lead generation flow because the whole process moves them from the evaluation, looking at their debt, putting a game plan in place to get rid of their debt, improve their credit, increase their income, and now let's show you where to put your income in a safe, secure, tax-free environment that will grow without risk. So with MWR Financial and CalChoice, it's a smooth transition to get leads. That's what I was telling my team. They said, well, where do we get our leads? We get our leads by creating an environment of individuals who want to improve their finances and build wealth and generational wealth, and those leads will come as we build the team. And that's what I love about this right here. Everyone wins.
Hey, amen. Ben, thank you again so much for taking the time to be on here. And listen, I don't want to take up any more of Rob's time because I get excited every time I see this compensation plan, just like you did. Again, thank you so much, Ben. I greatly appreciate it. Listen, I'm excited about introducing the next gentleman that's going to come up. He's going to share this compensation plan with you. And I'm going to tell you, I've seen a lot of the compensation plans that are out there in the insurance industry, especially companies that have attempted to market insurance through a direct sales or network marketing platform, and I've never seen a compensation plan that's more powerful than the one that you're getting ready to see. So what Ben said is that they are literally changing the way this industry works, and so we couldn't be more proud to be partnered with these guys. And so with that, I'm going to turn it over to my good friend, Mr. Rob Hodges. So, Rob, are you on the line, buddy?
I am on the line.
All right, great. Listen, sorry about the technical difficulties. We'll get this down after we do it about 4 or 5 times. But listen, I appreciate you being here, Rob. And, again, I'm excited. I'm going to grab a pen and a piece of paper. I want to make sure I take some copious notes. But, listen, the floor is all yours, buddy.
Awesome. Thank you. Well, guys, tonight I'm speaking. I think last week I was in Chicago or Durham Chicago or Milwaukee. Tonight I'm in Durham, and I'm going to be heading out to see Ben and his group Wednesday night out there in Charlotte. But I just want to share one thing really quickly here. The last 2 months or so, I've been doing a lot of traveling with my son, and I've been using Lyft and Uber, and I've never used Lyft and Uber before, but it's fascinating to me. The vast majority of the Lyft and Uber drivers are I just had a nurse that picked me up today. I've got a guy with a master's degree, people that are in business, they're professionals, they're in corporate industries. They've got the guy picked me up today, had 2 regular college degrees, also had an MBA, and these people are looking for ways to make additional money. So we're in a recruiting world. I don't care what it is. all companies recruit. MWR is trying to bring people into their business. Cal Choice obviously is trying to bring people into our business. Tonight we're talking about a business within a business. I think that we have two companies that's messaging comes together like a glove, and I've never seen it anywhere else than what I'm seeing with these two companies and what we're trying to do for middle-income families, lower-income families, upper-income families. Really, the sky's the limit with everything that we do today. And I don't know, Ben, if you're still on, the last guy that picked me up that has the 2 college degrees and an MBA also has an insurance license. He's never used it. He went to work with Primerica for a minute, and the closest person to him was 4.5 hours away. He's actually coming with me Wednesday to meet you, so probably have a new recruit for you that I'll be delivering to your doorstep in Charlotte on Wednesday night. But tonight, guys, we're going to talk about Cal Choice Financial Comp Plan, and I appreciate the introductions, but we really do feel that we have a game changer here. I've been in the business, as I mentioned last week to you all, 29 years. And like Brian, I've seen every compensation program under the sun in the financial services arena. Obviously, I've had a large amount of success in this business, and I've been approached for many, many years, many, many times by different MLM companies out there and the different comp plans, et cetera, that are available. But tonight what you're going to see is a game changer in a comp plan. Last week we talked about proprietary products and product design. That's our private reserve account. We also have some other products that are proprietary. We won't talk about those this evening. We'll cover that on another call. Tonight we're going to spend the majority of our time on our groundbreaking compensation program. We will be the only agent-owned sales provider in the financial services industry. There is no other, to my knowledge. That's not saying there's not one out there somewhere, but to my knowledge, there are not any agent-owned sales providers in the financial services industry. So we're going to introduce you to a compensation program tonight that is built around this concept. Our mission has not changed. It's still to disrupt the status quo of an industry, and Ben hit on this already, led by greed and self-purpose. And that, again, guys, is not saying that that's the agents out there in the industry. It's the industry on the whole is led by greed and self-purpose. There's a lot of really, really good people in the financial services industry that have never been taught really how the financial services industry works. Our mission puts value over money to benefit the interests of the client. And our vision as a company is to create a revolt against mainstream investment and insurance firms. Why? Because there needs to be a revolt. Guys, we live in the wealthiest, most educated country on the planet, yet we have the vast majority of our retirees retiring broke, dead broke in most cases. The statistics are staggering. And we've got a financial services industry that, in my opinion, is 100% responsible for those failures. They need to be revolted against, and that's what we're doing as a company. This process will be accomplished by educating Americans to bank on themselves. We talked about this last week with the private reserve account and teaching people how to have their dollars serve multiple purposes. The industry as a whole has some challenges when it comes to their structure and their design. And we're going to hit this evening on the general agency model. And this, by the way, is the model that Ben's leaving or has left to join Cal Choice Financial in our model. There's really no exit strategy in the general agency model. You're unemployed every day. If you don't have someone that you're seeing to generate new business, the last check that you got is the last check you're going to get. It's a system that you work till you die, that you grind till you die. I'm not afraid of grinding, guys. I'll work hard, but I want to have a system that I can work hard for a short period of time and make huge amount of money over a long period of time. That's what we're going to introduce you to this evening. The business owns you when you're in the traditional general agency model. It's stacked for failure. You have tons of liability, tons of overhead, office staff, insurance that you have to carry, copiers, phone bills, all of the employees that you have to run your business, all of that liability and overhead. You can't teach everything that you know in the general agency model. And some of you might be thinking, well, why not? Well, the reason is because your best agents always leave in this model. There's a thing called an IMO in the financial services industry of 2017. An IMO is called an independent marketing organization. They hold the keys to all of the different insurance carriers in the industry. And for most companies, you have to go through an IMO to get access to these companies. Well, what happens oftentimes is you spend a ton amount of time educating somebody, getting them trained, teaching them how to sell, teach them how to handle objections, close business, etc. And then what do? 2-3 years into your relationship, they leave. And oftentimes circumvent you, go directly to the IMO that you introduced them to, and they are now directly your competition. And by the way, if they're any good, they take a bunch of people with them to join them in their new organization because they'll maybe pay them 5% more than what you're able to pay them. So this is the process of the general agency model. It's also very limited expansion opportunities nationally because it's difficult to put the infrastructure in place to recruit people, support people, and grow a business nationwide in the traditional general agency model. So most of these are just very limited, within an hour or two of your home that you're working with agents and building an agency. So this is the traditional general agency model. These are the shortfalls that I've identified in my 29 years in this business. Now, there's another model in the financial services industry, and that's the network marketing model. Create an acronym, FFF, PFS, WFG, HGI, all of these companies out there, all with good intentions, all trying to recruit people in and grow a business model. But the problem with the network marketing model in financial services is you cannot attract seasoned producers. Why? Because those seasoned producers have a 100% contract already where they are. You're trying to recruit them into a business where they got to come in at 30, 40, 50%. They're never going to join you. So the only way you can get them is by offering them a higher contract, which bypasses everybody else that's been in your business, and you disrupt your synergy. You tick off people that are in your business because you've made an exception to bring this personal producer on, and guess what? They don't do anything anyway. They're just trying to bring people in and override in a different structure. You can't attract good seasoned producers to the network marketing model. Your new agents can't make a living. Why? Because they're at 30, 40, 50%. Guys, you can't make any money in the financial services industry on a 30% contract. Some of these companies bring people on at 25%. And then they send them out with a field trainer. And they got to split that sale because the field trainer's got to get paid. And they end up making 12, 15, 18, 20% on a sale that they make. They can't make a living. So they end up being spare time thinkers. They have to keep their full-time jobs. They're not focused on building a business because they really don't make any money anyway. It takes years to get top compensation payouts. Guys, go to any MLM, network marketing, financial services company. You are going to find hundreds, if not thousands of people that have been with those companies 2, 3, 4 years, and they're still at 40, 50% payout contracts. There's too much competition. There's hundreds of network marketing companies out there peddling financial services products. It takes years to develop leaders in this system because of all of these things over here. It takes years to develop a true leader. People at the top make all the real money. That's indicative of all of these companies. I've already named a bunch of them. It's the same people that are making the big money, and they're the ones that have been there for the longest period of time. Most agents quit in this model. They can't take it anymore. They haven't met the requirements. They haven't been able to recruit. Whatever the reasons are, most people quit in the network marketing model. So here we have the general agency model where your best agents leave and take people with them. We have the network marketing model where most agents quit. At the end of the day, you're left with both models that are not sustainable long term, and you really, truly have to work till you die. So our process is very different. We bring people on, everybody, whether you are a brand new agent or you're a seasoned producer. We bring everybody on at a top compensation level day one, and we're going to talk about what that level is. Day one, they start at a top contract. We have lifetime residual company revenue sharing. You're going to see here in a minute how you truly can build long-term wealth in this process. 7 levels of revenue sharing. I'm going to hit on those and how those work. Earn company stock. Purchase company stock at a discount. Guys, we will be a publicly traded company within the next 2 to 3 years. We're going to have a system here that you're able to earn stock through production, purchase stock at a discount. That's going to be a very big deal as we move forward. There's no minimum production required. Think about that. I don't know a general agency model out there that does not have minimum production requirements. I do not know a multi-level network marketing model out there that doesn't have minimum production requirements. We have none. Why? Because there's no promotions. Everybody's brought in at the same level. Everybody has the same opportunity across the board. No minimum production requirements. Now, I want to back up here. We don't want to promote this, guys. We want to bring on producers. We want to help people produce and really help families on the financial services side. We're just not tying any minimum production there for promotions because there are none. Own your business day one. You truly have the ability to own your business day one. Build nationwide. CalChoice already has the infrastructure nationwide. We already have the support system nationwide. And doggone it, if you happen to be in one of the few states that we're not already licensed in, we'll get licensed in those states as soon as we need to be. That's very simple to do. You're going to see that your best agents will stay in this model. Why? Because we're agent-owned and they have stock in the company. Why would they go anyplace else? Build with full-time thinkers, which is what we all want to do, and leave a legacy to your family. So I want to introduce just really quickly here our founding partner position. We want you to be able to get a head start to the company. And, guys, this just started last week, so everybody's on the same level playing field. You need to earn $100,000 in compensation in a 12-month period. It's a limited time offer. We are not going to extend this forever. It's a limited time offer, and currently it's only available to the first 10 agents. So the first 10 people that earn $100,000 in compensation through the CalChoice financial products, you'll become what we call a founding partner. You will have shares in our privately held company. And I want you to understand that that's where the wealth comes. If you own shares in a privately held company that goes public and starts trading on the public exchange, wealth can be created overnight. By the way, I will tell you that we do have more than 10 slots open, but we're only extending 10 slots for $100,000. I can promise you that when we open it up above that, it will be far greater than $100,000 in compensation to be a founding partner. So we're encouraging anybody who's licensed to get after this like nobody's business and be one of those 10. But now let's get into what we feel is our industry-changing compensation. Now you're going to see 3 areas here. We've got levels. There's going to be 7 levels here. We've got cap payouts. This is the revenue sharing that we're going to talk about. And this is going to show income examples. So before we dive into this page is predicated on every single person doing $50,000 of production across all of the CalChoice financial products in a calendar year, January 1st through December 31st. Now I'm going to address the fact that not everybody's going to do $50,000. I'm going to show you an income calculator here that's going to blow your mind. But the numbers that I'm going to show you this evening are predicated on every single person doing $50,000 of production in a calendar year. That's about $4,166 a month, or 2 average PRAs a month. And I think that is totally realistic, totally doable for anybody who's coming to work. Okay, so level 1 is predicated on you bringing 1 new direct into this grid. When you bring in 1 new direct into this grid, you have the ability to earn up to $1,750 in revenue shares on that new direct. So here's what it looks like. You do 50,000 in personal production in a calendar year. You're at 80%. You make $40,000 on that 50,000. Your revenue share on your one direct team member is $1,750 based on the assumption that they also did $50,000 in production. So you did 50, they did 50, you earned $41,750. Now, when I showed Ben this for the very first time, and I knew Ben was in the general agency model, I made a statement to him. I said, Ben, if you and your partner's goal is to only build one level deep in your general agency model, stay where you're at, because you will make more money on one level in a general agency model than you will make on one level with CalChoice Financial. He said, we're not interested in doing that. We are interested in building multiple levels and having a compensation program that will reward us for doing that. So this one does. To open up level 2, you need to have 5 directs. Pretty simple. You determine how long it's going to take you to do that. Some of you can do that in a couple weeks. Some of you it's going to take you a couple months. But you bring on 5 directs. You now have 5 front-level people that you're earning $1,750 a year on. And we're going to make an assumption that each one of them has 2. So you have 5 people at level 1. 5 times 2 is 10. 10 people at level 2. You still do your $50,000 in production at 80%. You make your $40,000. You now have revenue sharing on the rest of your group of $28,750. That's a total of $68,750. Now let's back up here for 1 second. Any production, those of you that are on the phone tonight or on this call tonight that are producers in the financial services industry, and you're looking at this $50,000 number like, oh, I do that every 3 months. Fantastic. After you produce $50,000 in production, you move to 100% contract. You make 100% of everything that you do above that $50,000 within that calendar year. And at the end of that calendar year, December 31st, January 1, everybody in the company rolls back to 80. Now, you might be looking at that and going, I don't like that. Well, you are in a minute. You're going to love it, because this is where the long-term revenue sharing and residual income comes into play, is everybody resets back to the 80,000 or 80% January 1st of every year. Now, to unlock level 3, very simple. You need 10 directs. May take you 6 months. Might take you 6 weeks. You determine the number. 10 directs unlocks level 3. You make $1,250 on your level 3 people. We're going to make the assumption that you have 10 who brought on 2, who brought on 2. Your revenue share is now $107,500. Add that to your $40,000 in business from your $50,000 in production. You have earnings of $147,500 a year, and you're doing $50,000 in production. I'll tell you guys, at this level, you're in the top 2 or 3% of the financial services agents in the country. The average agent struggles to make 6 figures. We're showing you a compensation program that does a couple things. Gives people top contracts day one. Think about all of those people in the network marketing model that have been there 2, 3, 4 years that are still at 40, 50% positions. They're good people. They're working hard. You now have a market and bring them over to a comp program that's going to pay them for what their value is. To unlock level 4, you need 15 directs. Again, no production requirements. You have 15 directs. You now open up level 4. You still make your 80%, $40,000 on your $50,000. You'll notice that your revenue sharing is now jumped to $251,000 a year. Total income of $291,000 based on 15 frontline people who brought on 2, who brought on 2, who brought on 2. Now, stick with me, guys, because these numbers get ridiculous, and I'm going to back them off here in a second to something that every single one of you is going to jump out of your skin excited, understanding this is something that you can do and everybody that you know can do. To unlock level 5, you need 20 directs. You make $500 on your level 5 people. You have 20 directs that each have 2, who have 2, who have 2, not giant numbers here. You're now over $500,000 in revenue sharing. Add that to your $40,000 in income. That's $555,000 a year. This does not happen anyplace else with 20 directs and you doing $50,000 in production. Only this comp plan will drive this type of income. There's not a general agency model that can compete with this. There's not a network marketing model that can compete with this. We have changed the industry and the design of compensation with this program. To unlock level 6, guys, I'm going to make a statement here. This is a player, right? This is somebody that's serious. We are going to reward the serious people at levels like no other company is doing. And I will make a statement tonight. Ben already has 25 directs. He's got 25 licensed people in his organization. He has another 15 that are in the process of getting licensed. I think this is one reason he's so excited about this comp plan. But you now have 25 people who have 2, et cetera. And notice we went from 500 at level 5 to 1250 at level 6. Your revenue sharing is now over $1.6 million a year. Add that to your $40,000 in income you're making on your $50,000 in production. That's $1.6 million a year. Now let's jump to the really big numbers. 40 directs unlocks level 7. Now I'll tell you that every single person is going to want to unlock level 7 because, look, that is the highest income payout of any of the levels. Started at 750, went up to 1750 rather, 2000 down to 1250, 750, 500, 1250. At level 7, you make $2,500 in revenue share on every single person at level 7. And just by the way the multiples work, that's where the majority of your people are. So this comp plan does a couple things. It rewards personal producers because it allows them to work to the 100% contract, but it also encourages leaders to build and support through 7 levels because that's where the big money is. I don't know another network marketing model that works this way, and I guarantee you the general agency model, the people that you bring in as a general agent have zero incentive to recruit to your general agency. There's no way to reward them with compensation like this model does. Now you've got the best of both worlds. You've got 7 levels of income like the network marketing model has, but you have top payouts like the general agency model has, and you have incentive for everybody to build deep. Here's what it looks like. We're now nearly $9 million in revenue share from 40 directs who have 2, and so on and so on. Your total annual income is over $9 million a year, again, predicated on everybody doing $50,000 a year in production, which I'm going to submit to you will never happen. There is no way that every single person that you bring into your business is going to do $50,000 of production a year. Some will do 5, some will do 75, some will do 10, some will do 30. But let's now move to the revenue share calculator. And by the way, this is a landing page that we've created, and I will tell you guys that we have already tested it. We've already sent it out to agents in the industry that are producing agents in the industry. They've gone to the landing page. They've watched the 23-minute compensation video that is in here, and they are calling us. Why? Because everything that I've just talked about, they've been living it for 5, 10, 15 years, and they're looking for a solution. They're calling us because we're showing them the solution. So let's get down here really quickly, guys. And this revenue calculator is in this landing page, and anybody who's a licensed agent will have access to this. It'll be linked directly to you. Anybody you submit this to, they will be calling you. They will be your contact, your new recruit, if you bring them on board. But let's go back here, and let's put that let's put 25 people here at level 1 who have 2, who have 2, who have 2, who have 2, who have 2. You'll notice that it matches the 1.6 million that I just showed a little bit earlier there. Now again, this is predicated on everybody doing $50,000 in production. But let's say you actually have people at level 7, but you have not recruited enough directs to get paid on your level 7 people. How much are you giving up? Oh, about $4 million that's down there on that level 7, based on your 25 that brought 2, who brought 2, who brought 2, all the way down through that level 7. My question is, how motivated and how quickly are you going to get from your 25 directs to your 40 directs, and that number now jumps to $6.4 million on that level 7 for that total of $8.9 million in revenue share. So let's address the elephant in the room, guys. Most of you are on this webinar and you're looking at these numbers and you're going, too good to be true, it'll never happen. Nobody's ever going to do $50,000 in production. I'll probably never write $50,000 in production. So I'm talking to all of the people who don't believe they can do something big like this. And I want to reduce it to the ridiculous. So you can't do 50, and nobody in your business can do 50. Do you think it's realistic that people can do 10? $10,000 of production a year. That's $833 a month. guys, that's one term insurance policy, or maybe 2 term insurance policies with a husband and wife, $35, $40 a month each. Do you think it's realistic that people can do $10,000 of production in a calendar year? We haven't talked about annuities. We haven't talked about our other proprietary product that I'm going to save for another call that is mind-blowing. $10,000 of production is ridiculous. So guess what happens now? This is now a business model that you can effectively talk to anybody and everybody about, which means your 40 directs that you need to unlock this level 7, that audience has now grown to everybody that you know, because these numbers are not predicated on someone being a full-time financial services person with all the bells and whistles and all of the tools and left their business. This is with average mom and pop, married, couple kids, soccer moms, whoever it is, that just needs an Uber driver. Why are they doing that? Because they need an extra $300, $400, $500 a month. We now have a business model that you can go talk to those people about, and that allows them to own a business that's going to pay them ongoing revenue sharing. So look at this, guys. $10,000 worth of production, $833 a month, is just shy of $1.8 million in revenue sharing. You can't believe that? Let's drop it back to $5,000 a year. Guys, that's $416 a month in business. That's one term insurance sale. Let's say you never even wrote a PRA. You just found a family a month who needed some term insurance to protect their family. That's $900,000 a year in revenue sharing. And I'm going to keep this 10%. And I'm going to go back up here, because I'm going to speak to the leaders on the call right now. People that are looking at this 40 and going, you know what, I'll get that in 6 months. But you know what, you're level 2. They're not just going to get 2. They're going to get 5, because they're going to see what you're doing, and they're going to help their group get 5. Let's stop there. 40 who get 5, who get 5, who find 2, who find 2, and we have 10% of them do $50,000 in production, or all of them do $5,000 in production, we're now back up to over $5.5 million a year in income. I encourage you guys to get access to this calculator and just run some numbers for yourself. plug in some things that you believe are realistic for you and your spouse if you're married, for you and your team that you maybe have with MWR already, and you're thinking, should we get a license, should we not get a license? Hopefully this motivates you to get a license. Those of you that already have a license, you know that everything that I've told you already this evening on the network marketing model and the general agency model, those are the problems in those two models. We've just solved it with a revolutionary comp plan. So, Brian, I'm going to turn this back over to you at this point, guys. I appreciate your time this evening, and I look forward to working with every single one of you to help you get this business off the ground. Brian, back to you.
Okay. Hey, Rob, thank you so much. And listen, there's a couple of things that I wanted to point out here, Rob, that you talked about. One was in regards to the networking industry when it comes to insurance. And a lot of the challenges with people that are in the networking industry when it comes to insurance is that a lot of the people that they're recruiting to become licensed agents have to go through a process. They have to go through training. They have to be able to get licensed. And during that time period, they're spending money, but they're not making money because they're not licensed to be able to do this business. And one of the unique things about what we have here with MWR Financial is that people can plug in with MWR Financial while they're getting licensed. They can be building an organization, building a client base or consultants, a network of people that will want to end up participating in the private reserve, in the insurance or the savings or investment side that we can participate in with Cal Choice. Well, because of that, they get to earn while they learn, which I think is extremely unique. Because with MWR Financial, they don't have to be licensed. In order to do insurance or to be able to participate with Cal Choice, you do have to be licensed. And so I think that's a unique benefit of what we have to offer that really kind of sets us apart from what everybody else is doing in the industry. Would you agree, Rob?
Without a doubt. And that is the biggest hurdle, and it's not just in the network marketing model. It's in the general agency model. They'll bring people on board, and they'll spend 6 weeks going and working on their license before they can even go on their first appointment to try to generate business. So the fact that you've got all of the resources with MWR to get money in those people's pocket immediately while they're studying, while they're getting their license, to where they can then pull everything together with the clients that they've helped and service them on the financial services side is paramount. And I think that's what I said earlier. The marriage with these two companies is awesome.
No, I agree. Well, listen, again, I want to thank you, and I just want to throw this out there as well. Guys, if you're a licensed agent and you want to participate in this program and you weren't introduced by an MWR Financial consultant that is a licensed agent with Cal Choice, and you want to participate in this program or you want to get more information, find out how you can get licensed if you're not licensed, or how you can switch your license over or actually bring your license over with Cal Choice and MWR Financial, send an email to support@mwrfinancial.com. support@mwrfinancial.com. We'll get you the information that you need. We'll make sure that you get the website gets set up properly, and then Rob and the staff at Cal Choice will take extremely good care of you and make sure that you get off to a fast start with Cal Choice and what we're doing here at MWR Financial. So, Rob, listen, thank you.
Yep, very rewarding, and looking forward to much, much more with you guys. Appreciate the time tonight.
All right, great. Well, listen, everybody, have a great night. Have a great rest of the week.